there's a list there. There's a big chunk out of the middle of it there. So this is what we've done tonight. So just to go over here, we've added these wee yokes here, which is a Allen cap head screw with a stover nut welded on. So we're going to adjust that to serve as a bump stop. Stop it going too far. You know, we don't want any collisions going on up there, so that's good for that there purpose. The bell crank all working as it should do there. Repeated on the other side, and then right down to the bottom we've welded where there was a gear running to a like a hemisphere with teeth on it, and now we just welded this little tab to the gear. Actually welded it at an angle. The shaft comes in kind of at that angle, so we've welded it so it's normal to where it should be. Just gotta put little lock nuts on it, waiting for them, but everything else is kind of assembled and thread locked. Alright, so it's Wednesday night. Again, another late start, like about 7 or 8 o'clock. Gonna do a bit tonight, a lot of prep work and stuff like that there. I've got tomorrow off. We're gonna really fucking blitz it tomorrow, try and get the brakes and the clutch done, and anything to do with the drive line really. So this was the kind of the pulley arrangement that was on the engine to start off with, and I'll be showing on the side of the engine. So the engine's lying on the side here. That did kind of sit like that there with a small pulley for the drive on top. So what I've done is I've chopped this. So this is the one that actually come off it. That yoke's gonna fit right on the engine like that there, with the big pulley there, and then the smaller pulley here. It needs to go on the T-drive. So the T-drive's back here, and it kind of needs to get buried in there. The problem with the T-drive is the T-drive is a 25mm shank, unlike the half-inch shank which the drive is. So I've got this yoke here which has a 25mm hole. It's going to be the donor. I'm going to chop these off and put it in the lathe and clean it all up. Find out what size that hole is, put this in the lathe, open that hole up to that lathe, that size, and then weld the two ends together, and that'll be the two pulleys sorted. Alright, so this is the kill switch solution here, and it comes from YouTube user Hauling Grass. What this is one of the little safety switches that's all over the mower. They're under the seat and behind the clutch and stuff like that there, and they're used for different things. Stop you starting it without the clutch in, or stop the engine if you jump off the seat or fall off it or whatever like that there. So there's a little push button switch. You pull that pin out, the push button pops out. Maybe you push the button in. In this case it connects the circuit which stops the engine whenever it releases there. So there's a hole just drilled right through it, and then this wee pin holds the thing down. It is that simple circuit. So that there saved the day, so thanks man. It's a wonder we fix. Right, so it's the end of fucking Wednesday night. Got some stuff done anyway. So I got the wee those wee yokes arrived. The locking screws for the rose joints. All these belts arrived as well, and the new rear axle. We got got this larger pulley grafted onto the original shaft, so that's all kind of welded on, balanced, and if we lift this onto its back you can see underneath we've got the final drive sprocket, or the T-drive sprocket. It's all been welded up. The centerpiece actually come out of a cast one. It was machined down and then welded in, and I needed to put a lot of heat into it to get it to penetrate, and then also so that it didn't cool down immediately and then crack the weld. So that seemed to be the way that worked. You see we got our steering, and it's all kind of sus there. Right, so just before I knock it in the head for the night, just show you how I've put together this little kill switch. So you see the switch you seen earlier. It's just one of the little cutout switches that found all over the tractor. There was one underneath the seat. There was one behind the clutch, for all different reasons. Took the R clip. welded it there and got rid of the kind of wiggly bit, bent and stuff like that there. Basically it just means that whenever you put the lanyard through it, it can't fall out or escape. And then by removing the wriggly bit, it just means that whenever it wants to slide out of this switch, it can do so with minimal effort. But I mean, still, it'll take a decent old pull to get it out, like, you know what I mean. But hopefully the weight of a guy falling off a tractor will probably do that. And then in behind here, there we've got the switch. So whenever I pull the pin, the wheel yoke comes up and connects the circuit, which kills the engine. I'm way to fucking bed here. I'm fucking road. Right, now into Thursday. All day at it today. I've done a little. First job is to finish off the Nerf bars, to add the second rail around the Nerf bars to get the full height. So I've made the template, and now we're gonna get to cutting. It's about 2:30 now, Thursday, and made a good bit of progress. You see there, double height, it curves around the back there and then dips down at the front there. It's got this wee yoke in the middle, so they look pretty substantial. Right, that list has got a lot of red on it, like, so that's a good show. Real kind of ones that haven't had anything done yet is final stuff on the engine. It's kind of final assembly stuff, really, like the clutch, reassembling the rear axle, a wee tensioner, and then just crazy shit, just body work, and then finishing off the brakes. So have a wee look at what we've actually got done there. So far I've been pretty good with the timekeeping today. So I had to get these Nerf bars on. Nerf bar, kind of the top rail extension thing going on there. It had to be done by 1, that was done by 1, and then the brakes, that had to be done by 5, and it was done by 5. So it's kind of dummied in at the moment, so it's a bit loose, but essentially there we've got our brakes going on. Right, this list is getting more and more empty, and now we're into the clutch. The first thing I had to do was this clutch lever. Previously it was like way out here, and what I wanted to do was I wanted to get it looking the same as the brake lever, so in the same place, about the same kind of throw and all that there nonsense, like. So that's all been cut and shut. Lobster back here, bent it, that was chopped because it was twisted out this way, so now it's in and it's all sitting proper. And yeah, now we're going to just flip it upside down and install this clutch here, and see if we can make it a workable tractor. Right, so it is now, I don't know what the fuck, 12:10 on Wednesday night, Thursday morning kind of did. So there's a lot of red on it, which is good. All really remains is a lot of stuff putting the engine together, but you know, the clutch and most of the brakes and steering and Nerf bars and all that stuff's all done. Like, just there's some wishful thinking there that maybe we get a chance to paint it, but I don't know how likely that is. That's how we look at what we've done today. So the big one today was the clutch. Now this whole pedal's been modified. You know, the existing one was fucking out here. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. And we grafted in this, which I'm not entirely sure where it come from. It could be off a mower deck. I've had to swap this pulley out because the other one was seized. Steve found that and kind of brought it up for us. We've dummied it in here with a piece of blue rope, to mock up where the belt will be. So when you push it, the yoke releases, takes the tension off the belt, and hopefully the thing stops moving forward. I don't know if you can see in there. There's a wee push rod. It was all pretty. It was made quite simply, the whole thing. Like, it was just kind of bodged out of all kinds of different wee bits I had lying around, like, you know, and it went together pretty well. And then so when this thing came, there was no right hand pedal at all. Like, the clutch pedal, when you pushed it in halfway, that was a clutch, and to push it the rest of the way in, that was the brake. So we had to get a hold of a brake. So we went for a go-kart brake here, a little mount just down here, just to take it. We adjust the whole track rod. That's a master cylinder, so another wee mount just fabbed up for that there. And then there's the caliper with a wee mount, which may or may not be used as a mount for a different size of disc, but we'll make a decision on that there tomorrow. The Nerf Bars have been added to. They're about 80mm deep now, so they look pretty badass. And then the fender had this hole cut out of it here, and that's for the brake pedal, and this is for the brake. This brake master and the reservoir just kind of pop up through that wee hole. Really it's all about getting the engine back in it, and get a pulley on it, and wiring the engine up. Shouldn't be too much of a wiring job on it, like, and then actually maybe try and get a go on it. Like, hopefully the fucking thing works. Like, it's completely unproven. You know, I've made the little bastard before, and it's a small tractor, and I've built big tractors before as well, but I've never done this before, and there's a lot of unproven theories and technologies in it. Like, so we'll find out tomorrow whether or not I guessed right.